Hello and welcome to the rinks here in Hop Hog. My name's Kevin Broderick, joined by Travis Quigley on the microphone as well as Paul Trentini on camera. And we are here for the second game of the day here on the South Rinks between the Middle Country Cougars and the West Islip Varsity Lions. Of course, a varsity matchup. The Lions coming into this game 3-11, 6 points in 9th place in varsity. And the Middle Country Cougars 1-13, 3 points, 10th place in the varsity league. I got to turn it over to my color analysis here. Travis, how you doing on this fine night?
I'm doing great. I am doing absolutely fantastic here on a Wednesday evening. Getting ready for a big varsity matchup here between Middle Country and West Islip. It was an absolute show the last time these two teams met. An overtime finish. Kieran Pollard getting the game winner in that one. Pollard had 5 goals.
Yep.
Harold Stauffer on the other side put up 4 goals. So they went back and forth, a little one-on-one battle in that game. And I wouldn't be surprised, Kevin, if we see something a little bit similar here tonight.
It's really not that surprising at all, considering the numbers that they have through the rest of the season to back that up. Pollard, 24 goals so far, 5 assists for 29 points. I mean, at that point, that's just a gift. That's just a goal-scoring gift. You have that gene inside of you to put it into the back of the net whenever you want. And obviously, that's what you have to look out for the Lions when Pollard is on the ice. Because when you look at that last matchup, that's most of your team's goals, 4 out of 6, coming from one guy. So, actually, that's Stauffer. But 5 out of 7 for Pollard. So essentially, Travis, if you could shut down one guy on either side, that game ends completely differently. That game ends 2-1.
Yeah, game opens up a little bit more, and the thing is, it's much easier said than done.
Oh,
especially
100%.
With Kieran and Harold. Kieran, like you said, 24 goals. He's top of the goal chart right now in the varsity division. He's currently sitting 6th in the league in points right now with 29. Harold's not too far back.
Not in goals either. 20 goals on the season, so both of them with 20 bombs.
Yeah, and Harold's got 26 points on the year as well. I had a chance to speak with both of them during the skills competition and all-star game. And, I mean, I got to talk to pretty much everybody that was out there representing all the teams, which was a really cool experience getting to talk to the guys. But in speaking with Kieran and Harold, they both pretty much had very similar things to say, Kevin, about what they think their teams need for this second half of the season. And it all really starts tonight with a win for each of them.
Yep.
They both think that they can make a push, grab one of those bottom seeds for that playoff run. And I spoke to both Kieran and Tyler on West Islip, and I spoke to Harold on Middle Country, and all three of them said the same thing. When you get to playoffs, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
So we want to do what we can through these final couple games here in the regular season. Middle Country, including this game, has 6 games left. West Islip 7. So the message, I believe, in the room to both teams, pick up a few wins. Let's get some momentum. Let's sneak into one of those lower seeds in the playoffs, and let's go on a run.
And the thing is, of course, it's the back half of the season. There's not many games left, but there are still quite a few. If you take it game by game, minute by minute, period by period, that's exactly what both teams have to do. With 15 on the clock for the first, we're about to get ready for puck drop. Going to be a star-studded battle between these two star players. More than 20 goals, more than 40 goals combined between two players is just ridiculous for this varsity matchup. Possession's going to change hands a couple of times to start off this game. Atkinson controls it in the neutral zone. Has some space and some speed, but not a lot of passing options to the rest of his teammate. Atkinson finally pulls the trigger, gets it into the offensive zone, but a puck deflects out of play for our first pause with 14:35 in the first.
Yeah, so just shout out the All-Stars for both sides. For West Islip, Kieran Pollard, Tyler Sapoff, Charles Salamone, and Will Shields. For Middle Country, Harold Stauffer, Declan Monkwitz, and Ian McGee. Congrats to those guys. Took part in the All-Star festivities back on December 26th.
Potential breakaway coming here right now. We have a one-on-one with the goalie already. Stauffer shoots, and he's stopped. Big-time save Just a minute in this game. Centering pass again. Puck in front of the net. Another save. Puck still bouncing around. And finally, West Islip have a chance to clear.
Yes, Tyler Sapoff, one of the top goalies in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. He won the breakaway challenge for the netminders back in the skills competition and helped lead Team Blue to the championship game in the 3-on-3 All-Star festivities.
Some more space coming up right now. Stauffer with it, moving in, looks for a shot. That's going to be saved and put into the net. I got to ask, Travis, because I'm still new guy around here. Need to get a sense of everyone's favorite jersey. Between these two teams, if you had to pick, as we get a quick shot, and it looks like it rattled around behind the cage. Referees call it off. We have to hold it for a second. This game opening up already. Taken in. Ian Nacone below the red line, getting pinched by two players down low. Ricio looking to support his teammate, but it's taken out and cleared. Lions turning it back the other way. Jordan dumps it in deep, allows his teammates to go chase after it. Castellino holds the puck, looks for a shot that looks blocked out in front. Taken back by Ian Nacone. He puts it on his backhand and into center ice. So Travis, as things slow down, between these two teams, if you had to pick a favorite.
See, we usually don't go for the jerseys. I don't know if I've ever been asked that before. We usually bounce around between the nicest setups through the league because we got a ton between developmental here to varsity. Some of the goalies got some really, really good pad setups.
I've seen some nice twigs as well.
We've got some good setups here. I guess I'm a little biased. I played a season for West Islip, so I'll go with the Lions.
All right. Now, I forgot which team it was, Travis. We were talking yesterday. What's the team that has the Golden Knight jersey set up?
That would be SCHSHL Hockey Club.
I'd really like SCHSHL. They had some nice jerseys. Referees have a little discussion. Catapano into the face-off dot. Facing off the Purple, looks to flip it forward, but instead it goes the other way. Pollard on his skates, getting it all the way into the slot, looking for a turn and a shot. Nice stop for Martins. Pollard with it again. Getting into the high slot, looking for a backhand pass down low. Puck gets pinched for a second on the near side boards. Now with some room to shoot, just flutters over the goal. That dropped a little bit more. It could have been in. McMillan, chance to clear. Gets slammed into the boards. McMillan still gets it in deep though, but a puck comes back to the neutral zone. Referees call offsides, forcing the Cougars to check up. Once again, it's Atkinson with control. Mishandles it a little bit. Puck comes flying back into the neutral zone. Collected by Monkwitz. Played in, loses it out to Pollard. Pollard available for a pass. He does get it behind his own net. Not a lot of room to move. He sends it around the boards. Merviak gives it back to Pollard again. Pollard, like we've been saying, 29 points on the season. Taking back the other way. Stauffer, a shot. Nice save by Sapoff. That looked like it must have hurt to take to the mask. West Islip still working on this clear, kept in at the far side. Played towards net, now goes behind. Another shot, they score! Tough angle, but they make it work. Sapoff just getting beat over the shoulder. Now we get a look on the replay. Puck just comes bouncing down for a second. And just roofed top shelf. Face off center ice again. 1-0 the lead for the Cougars. Under 5 minutes played in this game. Puck played back into the neutral zone. Lions trying to get after it. Durso had a chance. Still in the offensive end. Now cleared out. Here comes Stauffer. Stauffer trying to drag through his legs on his backhand, cutting in front shot. That looked like it was saved by Sapov. Approaching 10 minutes left in the first. Stauffer with it again. A shot that goes wide to the left. Another shot. Wide left once more. Stauffer reclaims it, plays it towards net. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot, but regardless, it's taken by his team. Played down low by McGee. McGee loses it out. Lifted into neutral ice, but nice breakaway by Stauffer. Breakup by Stauffer. Puck played out in front. Intercepted by Arbertelli. Gets it to the near boards. Played into the middle once more. Franco, shot, save. Big rebound. Comes to the left circle. Two players both falling to the ice at the same time. And finally, West Islip with a chance to clear. They get it to the red line, and Durso dumps it in. Pollard not able to control it. Goes to the far point. Pollard a chance to chase after it again, hounding down on Monkwitz. Monkwitz getting some cheers from the crowd every time he touches it. Monkwitz with it one more time, bringing it dangerously in front of his own net, now up the right side of the rink. Monkwitz not giving it up, gets lit up at the blue line. Bumped off the puck, and now he's going to skate a little back. Plenty of time for the Lions to control here. Turnover, shot goes wide left.
Keep an eye on Declan Monkwitz throughout the game. He's not afraid to join the rush. He'll jump up. He's one of the top defensemen in the league for a reason.
9 points so far through the season, 5 goals, 4 assists.
Right up there amongst defensive scoring leaders.
Pollard behind the net. Pollard falling to his feet at the far boards. Ian Nacone bringing it in, plays it off to the left. Puck on the near boards now. A couple of players falling to their feet. It's Isopo who got back up. Pollard there now joining the fray. Taken out. Nice play from Shields, drags it behind the net. Shields surveying for his options, passes it towards the point, but out. Castellino trying to handle it, goes all the way back to Sapov. He plays it as a goalie, always a little bit of a nervous move, now covers up. Travis, as someone who played the game for a long time, did you always just clench a little bit when you saw your goalie going far out of the crease to play it? Or were you always calm in those situations?
No, calm. You got to trust. You got to trust your goalie. And, you know, in this day and age, just about every netminder plays the puck so well, so it's not necessarily something you have to fear because, again, they handle the puck so well. It's something they practice at a young age now, and seeing Tyler come out of the net like that, I don't think that fears anybody on that Lions bench.
Always got to have trust in the goalie, and it also makes your team play better when you have trust in the goalie. Puck still on the near side boards, comes to the near point. Tried to be played deeper by Palio. Recollected in the far corner. Palio took a second to get up, but does get up in time to play it forward. But now here's a breakout for Shields. Shields with the 2-on-1. If he goes quickly, Shields a shot that goes too high. Puck slapped out. The length of the ice will go 200 feet and for an icing. And the puck will work its way back to the Cougars' territory for a face-off from the left dot. 6:34 left to play in the first. Score is still 1-0 in favor of the Cougars.
Sapov and Martins haven't had a ton of work to do here so far tonight. Just the one goal on the board.
Yep.
A little over halfway through the first period.
There was also a shot coming from Stauffer that I think ringed up Sapov a little bit. It got him right in the mask.
Yeah, Tyler made that breakaway save on Harold as well early on in the first.
Definitely keeping his team in it a little bit. Pollard with an opportunity, fans on the shot, and now it's taken out. Chance for a breakaway, and here it comes, another one-on-one. Is Sapov up to the test? He's not. Make it 2-0 for the Cougars. 6:23 left to play in the first. And Travis,
great feed right here.
Yeah, who else could it be? Splitting the defense right there. Who else could it be but Stauffer making it 21 through the legs?
And that's the thing with some of these guys. You know they're going to fly. You know they got speed, and they're going to see what ways they can sneak behind the defense. And Harold is one of the best at it. And I think he learned something on that first breakaway against Tyler, saw the way he played it, came in the second time around and picked his spot.
Decided for a quick shot the second time around. The wrister, if you can beat them before they drop low. Purpall playing it forward. Now here comes Pollard. A shot that goes wide, rings around the board. Near side, played out by the Cougars.
Pollard didn't miss that one by much there. And I'm sure after seeing Harold score 2, he's hungry for a couple now.
Definitely would love to see another star power show between these two players. It's definitely what you hopped on the microphone hoping to see, Travis.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, last time these two teams met, it was a barn burner of a matchup. I mean, Middle Country scored the tying goal with literally 40 seconds left. It was under a minute left when Stauffer scored to tie it, and then we went to overtime. And it was
Stauffer centers it, being whacked at but cleared.
And you see right here, it's back and forth in the first period. Yep. Of course, the Cougars up 2-0 right now thanks to 2 goals from Harold Stauffer, but these teams are so well matched, and it's always a tight competition when they face off.
D'Arienzo back for the puck, wraps it around the boards, gives it over Arbertelli, not able to clear the zone. Couple of bodies collide on the far side off camera. Pollard looking for the clearing opportunity. Now his teammates help him get it out. Here comes Pollard. A little bit of space to work, but in a 3-on-1. Pollard gets through all of them. A shot, barely a blocker save. He saw red right there, but Martin says no, not right now. Isopo sends it across. Merviak gets it in. Merviak breaking through, trying to find an angle, but couldn't. Another stick save by Martins. Stauffer with it again. Tight angle, but he scored from a similar one earlier. Stauffer centers it. Shot. Saved. Sapoff getting tested a little bit more now after the light start. Iannacone still with it. Centering. Backhander. Goes through the crease. Still controlled by the Cougars down low. Now getting some physical play. Cougars barely maintaining in the far corner. Puck comes in front of the net for a second, taken away by Merviak. Merviak with a little bit of skate. Sends it forward, almost onto the tape of Grand. Back on the ice is Pollard. Pollard gets it. Oh, just barely broken up. Good defensive showing right there from Graziano. Sent in deep. As Islip looking for the clear again, comes into the neutral zone. They just can't get past this neutral zone trap. Shields finally going around it, getting some space to work. Thought about cutting net front instead. Looks for the centering pass, shot and saved. Rebound opportunity, puck still there, and another save from Martins.
Great stop by Martins there.
Definitely got to get a replay of that when we have an opportunity, but at the pace of this game, we can't right now. Puck goes down low, just about 3 minutes left to play in the first. Sapoff out of his net, plays it to the far side. Definitely the best opportunity for the Lions so far. Shields has had a couple of nice plays up the right side of the rink, creating some pressure.
And to me, it looks like Will's picking up where he left off in the All-Star game. He had a great performance there, put up a couple goals. And
here he is again, Shields in a one-on-one, trying to get around the defender, has a teammate joining him, looks for the shot. Not going to go. Now gets pinched on the right side.
Great rebound control from Martins there, getting that one to the corner, like you said, with traffic crashing the net.
Yep. Riccio trying to get it across the blue line, denied by Albertelli. Now looks to Shields again. Shields been dangerous over the last couple of minutes. Gets around one player, not able to pass the second, and gets it below the red line. Forechecking pressure applied by Jordan. Cougars turn that away. Look to play it into center ice. A couple of stick checks going awry, and now the Cougars got some steam going all the way north. 2 minutes to play in the first. 2-0 the score for the Cougars. Both of them scored by Stauffer. Here he comes again. Stauffer looking for the hat trick. Has it on his forehand. A shot that's deflected into the netting, and another save for Sapoff.
I'll show you that replay here.
got a couple of chances for the Lions. It's like we were talking about, Shields has been on fire, plays it out in front. First opportunity right there saved by Martins. Second opportunity again saved. Dare I say a third, all in that sequence.
Yeah, and the puck just popped on Castellino there. You think if it stayed flat, would have had a better chance to find the back of the net. Got to give a lot of credit to Martins on how he played that one.
Here comes a one-on-one. Pollard trying to drag through his legs, just gets a little bit tangled up, drops off for his teammate, shot wide to the right. Purpall had that. Not able to find the back of the net, no. Back the other way. Stauffer, again, still looking for the hat trick, and there it is. Top left corner. Completes a hat trick in 15 minutes of play and make it a natural one at that.
Needed 13 minutes and 33 seconds to score 3 goals.
Even on half speed, that puck is hard to track into the top left. Imagine trying to save that. Blocker side, it's not an easy one. Because of it, it's 3-0 Cougars. Back to the face-off. Pollard trying to go to work of his own.
It's been a great opening period here for Middle Country.
Stauffer actually now 1 goal away from tying Pollard. Could very well overtake him by the end of this game if he continues going at the pace. Pollard trying to change that narrative, has it below the red line on his backhand, skating up towards the blue line, turning an edge now on a defender, looks to pass it in front, does get tape to tape, but no shot had. D'Arienzo still controlling it, flips it up top. Isopo getting past one player, backhands it down low again. Here's Flynn. Flynn centers it. No shot just yet. There it is, blocked out in front. Pollard again, another centering pass. That was actually a shot saved by Martins. Here comes Pollard, too much room, shot into the netting, and Martins has withstood every test so far.
Yeah, we're going to show you the replay on this one because this is not an easy save. Merviak with great vision here, passed through the seam, right on Pollard's tape. Quick stick handle allowed Martins the time to get post to post, and he shoulders it out of play. Great job there by Andrew Martins.
And again, it's the rebound control. Sending that right into the netting for a pause instead of giving it out in front. Riccio going down the ice. Gets it in front of Isopo, centers it, but no one was there from his team. Here comes Pollard. Less than 20 to play in the period. Pollard trying to get his team on the board before then. Chance for Purpall. Blocked out in front, now in the slot, taken away. Steered to the far boards by the Cougars. Lions take it back. Pollard trying to get in the slot. A shot that's blocked. Flynn had the opportunity, and that's how we end period 1. After 15, it's 3 goals from Stauffer and a 3-0 lead for the Cougars. After a minute, we will be right back with the second. So, Travis, you clocked it officially. What was it, 13:23 for a hat trick?
13:33.
13:33 for a hat trick.
Not a mathematician, but
You're pretty good at math. I do broadcasting with my roommate. His name is George Karatzis on WSB. He tries to do math on air. He always gets it wrong.
yeah, you gotta be quick with it.
Opportunity here coming for West Islip. Still off the board, but given the way that this last matchup between them went, Pollard could change that in an instant. Shot from McGee is going to go straight into the glove of Tyler, and pause with 14:40 to play in the second. I always give props to anyone who can do that kind of quick math on the air. It's nerve-wracking.
I can't do any other kind of equation, but
you don't have to if you're a good play-by-play
you want me to
broadcaster.
subtract from 15? Sure. Do enough of these games to figure it out, you know?
Centering pass from the Cougars, broken up and skated out. Dorso with it. He flips it in deep, then chases after it himself. Dorso almost getting to it first. Puck caroms around the near side and back into the neutral zone.
And here's Declan again leading the rush.
Here's McGee now. Shot, blocker, save, rebound available. Second shot blocked. Third shot again saved by Sapoff. Good sequence from him. Back out into the neutral zone. Monkwitz, never afraid to join the rush like Travis has talked about. Trying to turn an edge, not enough speed in his own zone. Gets held up for a second, still gets past that defender. Monkwitz still going with the puck, drops it off for McGee. He's going to have to touch up before the Cougars go back in. McGee flips it in. Weekly goes into the left wing corner. Riccio there to chase after it. Iannacone. Lions with the chance for a breakout, but instead it goes right into the pads of Martins, and he freezes it.
You know, obviously you want the breakaway chance, and nice job by Jonathan Grand popping off the bench there. He was swinging back into the D zone, saw a chance to fly. Didn't get the pass on his tape, but did force an offensive zone draw. And I think that's very important right now early on here in the second period for the Lions.
Anything that leads to shots will be a good thing for West Islip. Now you have Pollard back onto the ice. Pollard wins the faceoff, gets a shot immediately. Martins was there to save. Cougars looking to get out of a tough scenario. They get it past the blue line. Now they're setting their star player Stauffer after it, but it was an icing before that. So we'll go all the way back into the Cougars zone for another faceoff. Pollard and Stauffer on the ice at the same time. Chances that there's a goal, Travis?
You never know. I mean, odds definitely lean in the favor of a goal, but again, the way Martins has been playing, and I know it's 3-0 for the Cougars, but Tyler Sapoff has played really well so far tonight as well.
Pollard, another faceoff win, gets it in net front, but denied once more by the Cougars and out past the blue line. Merviak turning on a dime, looking for a pass forward. Pollard taps it ahead. Great opportunity. Grons not able to get through that slot. Cougars going back the other way. Monkwitz flips it in. Wraps around. Sapoff out of the net to play it. He puts it around the boards, trying to get it forward to Merviak, and Merviak gets it out. Here comes Pollard in a 2-on-1. Has a teammate joining with him. Pollard looks for the shot. That's a save from Martins, and it's whistled dead.
It's a good low shot from Pollard. And I'm waiting to see when Kieran breaks out the slap shot. Him and I were talking at the skills competition, joking around a little bit. He won the hardest shot competition. He hit 84 miles per hour. And I said to him, I was like, did you know you could shoot the puck that hard? He's like, absolutely no idea. I was hoping I hit 70. I was like, well, you blew 70 out of the water, buddy.
Not a bad shot speed at all.
No. I mean, I only hit like 42, so.
I don't even know if I would make contact with the puck, so, you know.
I can't say I was known for my shot speed when I played.
Here comes Shields. He's flying through the neutral zone. Shields dumping it off for a teammate, looking to get it back. Shot on goal, past the right post. I think Martins would have been there for it anyways. Shields gets it back on the near corner.
It was good fun, though, at the skills. Obviously, I had to hear all the players on the ice chirping me a little bit because they all shot the puck harder than I did, but it was a lot of fun.
Here comes Stauffer looking for 4 wide to the left.
Great low shot there.
Stauffer gets his own rebound, puts it down low, bounces around the goal and taken back by the Lions. Albertelli flips it high, and we get a pause as the puck deflects. One thing about the rinks that I do love is the low ceiling. Very, very low ceiling. Flip it up at all, good chance that you're either going to hit some of the rafters, potentially a light fixture, maybe even a heating lamp if you send it a little bit off target. Nothing against the rinks, though. This is a home place for anyone who watches Suffolk County hockey, Stony Brook hockey, a couple different AAU teams as well. Plenty of hockey action that happens here. 11:33 left to play in the second. Puck on the stick of Isopo. He's trying to clear it. Cougars take it back. Stauffer is in front of the net, just waiting at a tap. There it is. Almost deflected it in, but it goes wide to the right. Stauffer looking to regain possession. Salomon, another all-star, sends it past the blue line, and here come the Lions. Pollard chasing after him, trying to win that puck bat, but a good defensive play keeps it away from Pollard. Stauffer with it again, has McDowell over to his right. Stauffer to the left circle, looking for a shooting lane, takes it, but puts it behind the net. Player lost his stick. Merviak picking it back up. Comes to his skate, and he taps it out. Pollard could look to chase this out. Has Monkwiss at the end of a shift, but Monkwiss skates it for an icing anyway. Still 3-0 for the Cougars, and still the only goal scorer this game is Harold Stauffer, now up to 23 on the season, just one back of Pollard.
And obviously, Kevin, I do a lot of games here in this league, and I'll say it now, I think that from my perspective, this is the most consistent, complete game Middle Country's played so far this season. Obviously, a lot of time left here tonight, but they've done a great job through the first 20 minutes of hockey.
Here comes another test. Lions out on the breakaway. A shot and another save from Martin. Second opportunity, and he gets the right pad on it. Ian Acone bringing it back the other way, up the right side, looking to turn on an edge. Gets it below the red line and tries to just steer it towards the left corner. Lions get to it first, but aren't able to clear. Here comes another shooting lane save by Sapov. I mean, Travis, obviously, I'm on the opposite end of this. This is the first game I'm watching of the Cougars. And if I were to base it off of this game, I couldn't tell you why they're 1-13. The way they're playing right now is complete in all zones.
Yeah, they're having a great game here tonight. Andrew Martin's doing a good job in between the pipes. And again, 3 goals from Harold Stauffer certainly helps. The natural hat trick back in the first period.
Never hurts to have your top player. Right now, Pollard with it. Pollard taking up the right side, draws a penalty. Travis having a little conversation about the standings here with the fans at the rinks. As we're going to see our first power play of the day, or of the game, I should say. Lions to it, looking to get one back of their 3-goal deficit. Again, always the player to watch on these opportunities. Pollard, number 9, right now on the right side. Puck given to Merviak. Left circle, fires it across ice. Pollard chasing after it, instantly pressured by Iannacone. Pollard still with it, looking to turn around, gets past Iannacone, gives it down low to the red line, taken away by Monkwitz. Monkwitz fanning on that clear.
Iannacone was just hounding Pollard there.
Shields now takes it back. He's had a fairly good game so far, setting up a couple of opportunities. Referee raises his arm, and we have another penalty upcoming. Looks like it's boarding.
Yeah, Pollard's going to the box here. We're going to get 4-on-4.
Not what you want to see from Pollard. Obviously, anytime it's 4-on-4, Travis, ice opens up. You want to have your best player, your fastest skater there. And, well, now Pollard's skating off to the box. Looks like a good opportunity for Stauffer to get his 4th.
Yeah, just 31 seconds went by on the penalty to Ian McGee. And now Pollard goes to the box, like you said. Plenty of open ice now. 4-on-4. We're not going to see Stauffer jump out just yet, but plenty of space for the skaters out there to get something done.
Iannacone on the face-off, flips it back, but it goes to Shields. Here's Shields on one-on-one against Monkwist. Has a teammate joining the rush. Shields on the backhand looking for an angle, doesn't get it. Instead, it's dropped off to Grand, and his shot goes wide to the left. 4-on-4, you can instantly see why it opens up. Iannacone up the right side, trying to get around Merviak. Iannacone loses it out. Back to Grand, now Shields has it. Shields, pass forward, broken up. Exchanges hands a couple of times and ends up once more with the Cougars. And just as I say that, right back to Shields. Once again, past the blue line in a 2-on-2. Shields looks for the centering pass. No one home for it. 50 seconds left on the penalty to Ian McGee. 118 on Pollard. Puck still in the left side corner. Wrapped around the boards to the far side. Controlled by Albertelli. Line-to-line pass to Merviak. He puts it through the legs of his defender, but turns it over, creates a 2-on-1. Nice little defensive play by Albertelli and follows it up with a block that goes over to Shields. Now 20 seconds left in the penalty and to McGee. Shields still holding on to it, loses it out, and requires Sapoff to make a save, but he's good for the challenge.
Great job by Graziano there. We normally don't see Graziano that deep in the offensive zone. He's defenseman. He usually stays back at home base. And again, one of the better defensive defensemen in the league. He's not going to wow you with his stats, but I was very surprised to see him out in front of the blue paint hammering out a rebound there.
Listen,
for him trying to get on the board.
Every team needs one of those guys. You need your stay-at-home defenseman.
100%. 100%.
One of my favorite types of players in all of NHL, or all of hockey, I should say, just behind the shutdown center. That's got to be my favorite role. A shot and they score. Munkwitz. You talk about defensive defensemen. Well, here's one that can shoot. And he makes it 4-0 for his team, 4-on-4 skating.
He does it all, Declan Munkwitz, and you're not going to see a much prettier wrist shot anywhere else. I mean, look at this. He cuts to the middle from the outside, gets to the high slot, and puts it square off the bar and in. Great shot there.
Went off his stick with a bang and hit the back of the net. 8:05 to play in the second. The Lions still in a hole right now. Looking to get one back. They had a breakaway towards net per Paul, was denied though.
Cougars are on the power play now here.
26 seconds, 5-on-4. Here's Munkwitz. Has it again. Past the blue line, into the right circle, looking for a centering pass. Almost tipped by Stauffer, looking for his fourth. Munkwitz with it again. He's like a magnet to the puck. Bring it across. Pass to the other side to Franco. He puts it down low. McMillan after it. Gives it back up top to Munkwitz, and here's Pollard out of the box, looking to strip it away from Munkwitz. Denies the pass, but the Cougars keep possession. McMillan loses it out. Munkwitz takes it back. Here he comes on the rush once more. Over to the right circle, around one player to the backhand, looking to shove it home. Sapoff making a couple of saves. Puck still loose. Finally comes into the slot, and here comes Pollard into a breakaway himself. Pollard, one-on-one, trying to cut towards the net, has it on his forehand. Drag to the backhand, a shot, and he scores! Pollard all the way down the ice, and he makes it 4-1 with 7 minutes left in the second.
And that's why he also challenged for the fastest skater title. I mean, end-to-end speed right there. I wish I had the clock going for how fast he went down the ice, goal line to goal line, but
beautiful finish as well.
Great tuck, showing off the soft hands, putting the backhand 5-hole on Andrew Martins.
As soon as he sees Martins, commits to that down low, right to left movement, he finds the 5-hole and tucks it home. That's a goal scorer's finish right there.
And it's a big goal for the Lions too, as we're now past the halfway point of the game, and they were down 4-0. Now it's 4-1. Potentially provides them a little bit of momentum.
Puck out in front. Lions need to clear this. Pollard with Shields, now into a 3-on-2 rush. Pollard with it right now on the right side. Has Shields it right to his left. He's going to fire one wide of the goal.
You can see why he won the hardest shot. A lot of heat behind that snapper.
Here comes Stauffer into a breakaway of his own. His shot denied. Looks like that's stinging Isopo right now as he's limping around a little bit. Shields trying to get some time and space for him to move. You can see him on the back of the play right now. Camera's not on him, but Isopo is really limping. Shot on the other end. Shields looking to follow it up. Looks like he takes Stauffer's shot straight to the ankle.
And then back on the other side, Martins with 2 good saves. Covered up the rebound, and now we'll do the draw to his left with 6:07 left here in the second.
Shields into the dot. Cougars definitely with a few too many men on the ice right now, but they'll get that sorted out. Shields not winning the face-off. Puck goes out of the zone. Back for the Lions to take it. Pollard has a chance at it. Said goes right back to D'Arienzo. Drops it for Shields. Shields surveying in his own end. Plays it forward. Jordan into the slot. Jordan, a shot saved and covered by Martins. So now if we're keeping track, Travis, Pollard up to 25, Stauffer to 23. Now 2 goals back once more.
They've had excellent individual season so far, and now, like we talked about in the pregame, want to help lead their teams into a playoff position.
McGee on the left side taps it forward. Puck comes back into the neutral zone. Grazino. Puck near side, tapped forward again by Franco. McGee after it. Far out of his net and clears it all the way down is Sapoff, and it should go for an icing. Right back to the right dot in front of Tyler Sapoff. And like you were saying earlier, Travis, you know, it might be 4 goals, but he really has made some grade A saves so far.
Yeah, and you know, there's a obviously reason why he was selected to the All-Star game, obvious reason why he won the breakaway challenge. And he's doing all this as an underclassman.
Oh, really?
He is, 10th grader.
That's just an extra detail. I mean, that you gotta love that for the Lions, knowing who's gonna be in net. Puck just barely goes wide to the left. Still a little bit of danger as it's in the zone. Another shot, this time from Lundqvist, that is denied by Dorso. He gets it out of the zone and allows Uccetti to fly forward for it. Lundqvist the first one. Lundqvist, again, just dangerous plays in front of his net, but he makes it work so often. Lundqvist past another player, looking for another breakaway, onto his backhand, getting in front of the net, centers it. A chance for Iannacone.
Good D from Merviak there.
Lundqvist one more time.
And again, what helps Lundqvist is he's just so smooth.
Yeah.
A lot of poise, a lot of patience, and he's always got his head up when the puck's on his stick. He's never looking down at it.
Allows him to know exactly where he wants to go. 4:11 left to play in the second. Here comes the most recent goal scorer, Pollard, with it on his backhand, looking for a shot, shovels it, but saved by Martins. Cougars break out the other way. McGee getting around a couple, but denied at the blue line and called offside, so we will get a face-off in neutral ice.
I actually believe the call was a high stick, so
Oh,
we're actually
it
going
was.
to come down into the West Islip defensive end here.
Beneficial for the Cougars.
Absolutely. I'm not sure who played it with the high stick. It was obviously somebody on West Islip here, but big chance late in the second period for the Cougars to get that goal back and give themselves another 4-goal lead here.
A little bit of a discussion about who is allowed to sub on and off the ice right now.
That last change rule. So because the Cougars are the guest team, the Lions have the last change, and if the Lions are in the process of making their change, that means Middle Country lost out on their opportunity.
Stauffer bringing the puck around, looking for a centering pass, puts it in front, a chance to whack at it, but the line's clear. Castellino sends it forward to Pollard, just barely through the feet of Lundqvist. Pollard in on net, shot goes wide. What a feed.
Great move there, missed by about 6 inches. He had upstairs open.
Stauffer with it again, shot tested, Sapoff. Good for this one.
And on your camera, I want you to look right now where Tyler Sapoff is standing. He hasn't moved his feet except for just now from where he made that save. He pushed out to the top of the blue paint. He knows the only way he's going to have the best chance of stopping Stauffer is to getting out and taking away as much angle as possible.
Puck attempt to be played out. Now it gets it to Pollard. Pollard in on Lundqvist, drags around one, but the back check was there to deny that play. Paul puts it in front of the net. Martin watched it go through the crease. With it again, finds it to Pollard in the left circle with room. Shot blocked out in front. It dribbles in. A little bit of puck luck going for Pollard right there, but he'll take it, and he cuts this lead down to half. 4-2 the score. Take a look at this on the replay. Pollard gets the shot. Martin's just lost where it went.
Yeah, ramped right up the stick of Pelio there. And they don't ask how, Kevin. They ask how many. and now Kieran Pollard has 2.
Well, when you ask how many with Pollard, it's quite a bit.
It's quite a bit.
It's
for
quite
sure.
a bit, and it's quite often.
And he's inching closer to being the first 30-goal scorer in the SCHSHL this season. You always have a few.
Chances he breaks 40.
It'll be tight.
Shields, an opportunity, saved by Martins.
Put it this way, West Islip after this has 6 games left. For him to get 40, he's going to have to put up 3 to 4 goals every game. And that's even if he's in attendance for every game.
Yes.
Kieran's also doing this. He's only played 9 games. This is his 10th game this season.
Has other responsibilities, of course.
15th game of the year for the Lions. So they only actually have 4 games left after this in their regular season.
Stauffer brought it in. Gets it back at the red line, puts it in front of the net. Nice opportunity for McDowell.
And
puck goes to the far boards.
like we talked about, this game is so crucial for both these sides trying to reach into those final 2 spots of the playoffs, the 7th and 8th seed. They're currently occupied by Ward Melville and the CSY T-Birds.
Yep.
Ward Melville with 9 points, Connecticut Sable with 7. West Islip's in 9th with 6 points right now, so a win tonight gets them into that 8th spot. A Middle Country win, they're only 4 points back of CSY, so they win this game, they're 2 points back of that 8th spot.
Another opportunity in the high slot denied by the Lions, and now they come on the breakout. Shields, first one to the puck, but it's into the corner, so not a good opportunity. Gets it on his backhand, good look for a centering pass, but hounded by a couple defensemen. Takes it up high, looking for the cycle play at the blue line, and now out. Shields has to chase after it to avoid giving a breakaway over to Stauffer, does do so. Shields now around one player. Man, he skated far this shift already. Shields now for a shot. Rebound, empty net, but they don't put it home. Martin's thanking his lucky stars right now.
That's how they draw it up right there. Phenomenal shot from Shields, the pass off pad.
Cougars now looking for the clear. Pressure coming from Salamone. Merviak jumping in, right circle. Little touch pass down low. Pollard skating around with it. Bench looking for a penalty. Referee's not going to call it as such.
Impressive there. Theodore Ellis, no stick, still able to slow down Kieran Pollard. And now a penalty on West Islip.
Player taken out on the other side. Much to the dismay of the Lions bench. Power play will belong to the Cougars. First time we've seen a Cougar power play today. Do want to remind you that so far this period, scoring is 2-1 in favor of the Lions. So despite that first period hat trick for Stauffer, the game has tightened up since then. And if it continues to go, the Lions will have a chance in the third.
Yeah, I expect this one to go right down to the buzzer here, Kevin.
Purpall chasing after Monkwitz. Monkwitz looking for the breakout. I would imagine he is a very lethal power play quarterback for the Cougars.
Definitely. And I want to note, with Purpall and Pollard out here on the kill, the 2 forwards for the Lions, that tells me that they're going to look to get aggressive here in this final minute of the second period.
I wouldn't blame them considering Pollard's speed. Get one bad pass at the blue line from the Cougars and all of a sudden he's free. Merviak denied. Now here comes the Cougars 3-on-2. Monkwitz with it, gives it up to McGee. McGee pulling up into the blue line, looks for a shot. Merviak deflects that and puts it to the far boards. Little bit of skirmishing after the puck was away from them. Purpall with it again. His stick getting tied up with Monkwitz.
Here we go.
Here comes Pollard, the exact play that you're talking about. Physical play, but Pollard gets past it. Shot that goes over. Might have gotten a glove on. It was Martins. Pollard, another one wide to the left. 2 seconds. No more opportunities as that puck sails wide to the right. And we end the second period 4-2 with a 44-second power play carrying over into the third. And we will be back in just a minute for the rest of this action between the West Islip varsity hockey team and the Middle Country Cougars. 15 minutes to go to decide this matchup, and it's going to be a tight one. 4-2 the score, but the Lions found 2 in the second to the Cougars 1. The big difference maker has been Stauffer with a natural hat trick all in the first period. We started off with Shields on the penalty kill, just trying to chip off this 26 seconds that remain. Shields up the left side. He's with Pollard. Shields might actually make something of this right now. Gets around 4 players, but then finally loses it over to Munkwitz. Munkwitz ahead to Stauffer. Guarded by Pollard. Stauffer around a couple of players, getting in front of the net. Stauffer looking for a fourth. Doesn't get it, but the rebound is there. Lucas McDowell, for his 3rd goal of this season, makes it 5-2 Cougars. Now, Travis, it might have been McDowell finishing it, but it was all about Stauffer at the beginning. As you can see, the pressure that he applied. McDowell there for the follow-up, and he has so much empty net to shoot at.
Yeah, it was a great take right there by Harold. And a good job by McDowell continuing to drive the net and just not sitting back and watching the Stauffer show. Crashing the cage with the stick down, and he gets rewarded for it.
Good things happen when you put bodies in front of the net. Now the Lions might be in a little bit more desperation mode as they send Castellino flying forward. Munkwitz gets it back, loses it out again. Centering pass for Shields just goes past his tape. McMillan gets it up and out. Reclaimed and center ice by D'Arienzo. Shields with it again. Puck plays back and forth between the teams as Shields finally gets it back. Shields over the blue line, looking for an angle. Shot goes into the skates of Munkwitz. Plays it up and out. Past the blue line, actually barely staying in. Munkwitz skating forward again. Always so active on his shifts, he makes the most of every minute. On the backhand, lifts it off the glass. D'Arienzo with it again, pressured by McMillan. Sends it back into the Cougars zone. Allowing the Lions to set up and get a line change as well. Pollard back onto the ice. Offsides, needs to touch up. Now here he goes for it. Pollard after Munkwitz. 13-14 left in the game. Munkwitz sends it off the boards. Catapano plays it to the opposite side. Reclaimed by Paul. Pollard with room. Pollard's shot, that just goes wide. Salomon. Puck gets lifted out. Merviak back for it. Pressured by McGee. Merviak sends it across and then gets sent out. Here comes Pollard, 2-on-1. Pollard gets the pass, just goes through his skates. Pollard now looking for the forecheck below the red line. Breaks up the play for a minute, but the Cougars get it out anyways. Iannacone over to McGee. McGee with it, takes a long-range shot straight into the glove of Sapoff, and we pause with 12:15 remaining in regulation.
And the pace has slowed a little bit. I wonder if that's Middle Country looking to do what they can just to kind of hold on to this victory and slow down Pollard and Shields and some of the faster West Islip skaters per Paul shown off his speed a bit tonight. I think they're just really focusing on trying to shut those three down mainly.
I mean, when you have Martins playing like he has tonight, you know, you might feel a little bit safer to kind of sit back, not to become passive, because that never really works for any hockey team, but Martin's probably good to save a few extra shots than he would on any other night with the way he's been playing. Wrapped around the boards. Cougars look to get it out. Some room to skate in neutral ice. Drop pass not going to go to its intended target. Now here comes Pollard into the 2-on-1, but he might get in on goal all alone. Pollard, a shot saved by Martins. He checked behind him to see if it squeaked through, but he got every piece of that puck he needed.
Like you said, Kevin, Martins having a phenomenal performance here tonight. Wednesday night hockey in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League.
Face-off taken by Dorso. Wins it back to his team. Stick lifted well by Lucida. Puck taken back. Skated out by the Cougars. Backhand forward to Stauffer. Stauffer with it into the high slot. Room to shoot. Pad save. Approaching the 11-minute mark in regulation. Munquist all the way low, below the red line for a defenseman. Looking to win a puck battle. He does get it. Centering pass gets interrupted. Said he wraps it around down low. Stauffer taps it towards the crease. Sapov tracking it the entire way. Puck out in front. Interrupted. Flipped in deep by the lines. Now they go on the attack. Uchetti in the near corner. Wraps it around the boards, but the Cougars reclaim that. Skated into neutral ice instantly. Stauffer over to the left of the puck, looking for the feed. Munquist gives it to him. Tape-to-tape pass, but it was a beautiful save by Sapov. Stauffer still looking for it on this shift. Puck pinched in the near corner. Stauffer comes away with it. Skating lackadaisically behind the net. Now brings the puck to the far points. Gives it over to Munquist. He skates past a couple, looking for the cross, denied by the Lions. Puck still loose. Now all alone in front, they score! Make it 6. And the Cougars are in commanding lead of this game with the most recent one from McDowell.
And this was a really pretty goal here. Just pulls it in, changes the angle, and flips it over the glove of Sapov, hitting that back bar. And the celly to follow.
Great camera work as well right there. You got to give the shout-out where it's due.
Yeah, Paul Trentini, that guy's pretty good at what he does.
Silent killer over there.
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, here's another opportunity, one-on-one with the goaltender, but Pollard once again bested by Martins, and the great night just continues. Merviak with it, sends it forward, gets it onto the tape per Paul. Gives it in. Here's Shields. Shields a shot a little too high. Puck settles for a second. Nice Sopo up off the boards. Gets it to Pollard. Pollard charging forward past the blue line. Tries to dance around a couple of players. Interrupted and taken away by Munkwitz. Centering pass. Backdoor opportunity. Almost made it 7, but here they come back the other way. Dangerous Pollard past the right side of the blue line. Pollard still skating on it, looking for the centering pass. Shields gets it. Shot deflected into the netting. McMillan on the back check gets every piece of that he needed to. Travis, at this point, it would take an offensive explosion from the Lions to come back into this one.
Definitely don't count them out, but you're right. I think they need one quickly here to establish some momentum, and not just momentum, but confidence here. I mean, seems like Andrew Martins has kind of taken some of that away with some of the saves he's made tonight.
Another clear coming for the Cougars, and they're trying to turn it into a rush. Iannacone denied. Shield comes back the other way. Shields looking for room, looking for the shot. Goes into the glass and the netting for another pause with 8:39 left to play in regulation. Salomon to the faceoff. Pollard back to his right, flips it to Pollard, looking for an angle, puts it through a player's legs, now skating forward. Pollard looked like he wanted a Michigan for a second. Pollard centering pass, goes straight through the slot, no one touching it. Back to Salomon. Puts it up high to the blue line and out of the zone, 8:20 to play. Merviak. Forward to Pollard, nice skate pass. Getting around a couple, but just barely fumbled in the neutral zone. Pollard with it again. Turning a dime, Pollard in all alone, one-on-one with Martin Pollard. The back check came through in time.
Graziano again, strong defensive play.
Big hit at the blue line and a penalty upcoming. It will go against West Islip. Anthony Sopo will go to the box. 2 minutes. Travis, I think it's officially that time where me and Paul have lost feeling in our toes.
I'm just about ready to join you there. It's a cold one in the rinks tonight.
Absolutely.
The elements.
Probably the only person that's hot in this rink right now is Martins with the amount of saves he's been making. So we get another whistle from the referees that stops it with 1:47 left on the power play. McDowell skating around with an A on his sweater. Right next to Stauffer, the captain. Looking for the face-off, shoves it forward. Stauffer with it, breaking in towards the slot. Still has the puck on his stick, shot off to the left. Might have went off the stick of Sapoff as well. Munkwitz dancing around one, pulling up for the pass, sends it to the left of the crease. Puck still barely kept in. Theodorelis there for it. Drops it off, another shot blocked out in front. Nice gritty play from Albertelli. Munkwitz still controls it, sends it forward. Stauffer controls it into the right circle, pulling up, skating around, looking for Munkwitz. Almost gets it to his tape. 1 minute left in the power play, just under 7 to play in regulation. Stauffer looked to glove that one down, but it goes wide to the right. Stauffer with it. Now he gives a breakaway. Pollard in one-on-one against Martins for the 5th time today. Pollard backhand scores. What a beautiful goal from Pollard. Makes no mistake.
The shorty for Kieran Pollard. He had plenty of time, got to settle that rolling puck and shoulder shimmy, leg kick, and the backhander just underneath the bar as he secures his hat trick.
Dueling hat tricks between the two star players, but it's the Cougars that are better for it right now. We were saying an offensive explosion, Travis. Well, a shorthanded goal might be that ignition that they needed. Cougars going back the other way, trying to change that narrative. Sapoff settles it down for a second, drops it off for his defenseman. They play it off the boards and out. Munkwitz, I feel like he's an Iron Man with the amount of minutes he's gotten so far. Pollard with the puck, misplays it for a second, recovers, gets it forward, taken away by the Cougars, and now they skate it north. McMillan still with it on the backhand, looking for a centering pass, wraps around the goal, plays out in front of the crease, team's whacking at it. Sapoff sees it the entire way, puck out in front again, still not into the net, it goes wide to the right. Tapped in at the far point, power play is over, shot goes wide to the right this time. Rebound, Karams to the near side. Lions have it for a second, Shields controls, Shields still with it, and then gives it up in the slot. McGee had his second to shoot. And the Lions recover. 5:32 to play. They still need 3 goals. Stretch pass for Pollard, intercepted and neutralized by who other than Munkwitz. Still out on the ice. Munkwitz to the left circle, now joining in on the offensive play, skating around behind the net. Munkwitz still holding onto the puck on his backhand, looking for an option, sends it across the blue line. That was a dangerous play. McGee again, trying to look towards a shot on goal. The Lions take it away. Here comes Shields. Shields up the right side. Shields with a lot of speed, trying to get around Munquist. A shot, Martin saved. Rebound controlled by Pollard. 5 minutes left. Pollard looking for some more offense that his team desperately needs. A hat trick already, but he needs more. Isopo gives away the puck, and the Cougars skated out with 4:50 to play in the third period. And we got a lot of skirmish behind the play. That's what the whistles are for. Wondering to see if we're going to get some penalties coming out of this. .4:45 to play in the third. 6-3 the score. If you missed the first period, you missed a good one for Harold Stauffer. Isopo to the box for the Lions. One going away for the Cougars as well. Referee's just taking a minute to sort out what they want to say. Roman Franco off the ice as well. Stauffer getting the explanation at the red line from the referees, and Pollard goes over to join them. They'll chat with the coaches as well, as we get a nice shot of Sapoff right now playing pass with Martins. Travis, who messes up first? Sapoff or Martins on the pass?
Sapoff is working on his shot here.
Now, Travis, I know you're an Islanders fan, but have you seen the lust that Igor Shesterkin has for an empty net goal?
Nah, I keep the Rangers distant from my memory, from my mind. And I'll be honest with you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought there.
I did too. Don't worry about it.
Receiving compliments from the LISN faithful. We're so appreciative of you guys that tune in every single night and watch us on YouTube.
It's a fun product. It's fun games. What's not to love?
That's what I was thinking of. I watch infinitely more, whether it be SCHSHL or NYIHSHL. I don't watch any NHL anymore. This is my hockey
this
consumption
is your hockey?
right here.
Fair enough. I mean, you do a lot of games, so I understand that.
This is my hockey consumption.
All right, back to live. 4:45 left. Lions still trailing by 3, trying to push themselves further into this playoff race. And for the Cougars, well, right now that playoff race and those playoff hopes are alive. Pollard past the blue line, getting tugged from behind a little bit by Iannacone. Pollard still holds on to it, gives it over to Shields. Iannacone almost on the intercept, but it stays with the Lions in the offensive end. Pollard almost getting a feed out in front, denied. Munquist, another strong defensive play, steers to the boards to the far side, trying to tangle up with Shields, who breaks free of him. Shields to the front of the net. Shot goes a little bit too high into the near boards. Taken over by Perpall. Perpall to the front. Pass to Shields. Shields has a couple of Oshmans on the blue line, dances around and down below Iannacone. Long offensive shift so far for these Lions, but they need shots and they need goals. Merviak, a shot and a glove save for Martins.
Watch that one into the glove the whole way, and we'll keep an eye on Tyler Sapoff here as he's out between the hash marks. We've been talking about it all game. This game is crucial for standings as we inch later on to the season, so I wouldn't be surprised if West Islip tries to get a 6th out here and battle back.
At this point, it might be necessary, but here comes Stauffer. Don't want an empty net against him. Stauffer, 1-on-2, gets denied. Good defensive play by Merviak. Shields. Shields coming up, right circle, shot deflects into the netting. 3:29 left to play in the third. Lions still in the offensive end with another face-off coming up. Shields looks like he'll line up for it. Shields back. Pollard wrapping around. Right circle. Pollard with it still. Looks for a shot on goal. Martins gets the first piece of it, now trying to lie down on top of it. Puck still loose. He extends the glove and makes another save. McGee trying to get his goalie out of danger, and there's the whistle from the referees. Great stand for Andrew Martins, who's been standing on his head all day.
He's been phenomenal here tonight, Kevin. And with 3:14 to go.
I mean, you got to give props to the Lions. They're battling to the bitter end. 3:14 to change their fate. Shields on the face-off, not going to win it. Instead, it's controlled and put around the boards by McMillan. Not out of the zone just yet. Pollard takes it, skates forward with it, looks and sets up a shot blocked out in front. More gritty plays from the Cougars in front of their own net, and now they have a chance to go back north. Flipped forward, but just barely offsides with 2:55.
Cougars inching ever so closer to their second victory on the season. And a win for Middle Country puts them just 2 points back of that number 8 seed, that coveted number 8 seed, to get into the playoffs.
Like you said earlier, anything can happen in the playoffs. Seeding doesn't matter, winning does.
I can assure you that from firsthand experience.
Salamone faking the slap shot, now bringing it and wrapping it around, has Pollard out in front, finds a tape pass to him, and they score! Pollard instantly pointing back to the feed. He knows that was a great pass. We get a replay of that instantly.
Great job here by Salamone. Put it out front. It came off the stick of Martins, and then Pollard with the twig down, ready for it to pop to him, and makes no mistake on the finish. 6-4, and now West Islip call a timeout, as I think that they believe they can come back and tie this game up. Still plenty of hockey left, 2:29 here in the third.
Now the question is, will they require a second goal scorer? Because to my memory, it's all been Pollard.
Pollard has all 4 tonight.
Travis, I think it's so cold in here that my computer didn't technologically freeze. It's literally frozen.
Yeah, that's happened to me before in the building. I've had it happen to me one time where it was so cold here in the rinks, my laptop that was on 75% died. And Paul Trentini laughed at me because he said my computer was ancient. I've since upgraded, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. But it is an ice rink for a reason. I think that this is more of an ice box, but
it could be a few degrees warmer and still have ice in it, but that's neither here nor there.
We make it work.
We do. So do the players on the ice. 2:30 left to play in the third. Pollard still with it. 4 goals on the night, trying to make it 5 and possibly 6. Salamone with the most recent assist gets it into the offensive end, but instantly denied. And Iannacone looking to send it down. You assume at some point that Sapov has to come out. Once again, Pollard turning it the other direction. Pollard with so much speed across the ice. Pollard cutting in front of the net, looks for the shot. Did he go? It's just barely stayed out. Martins might have made another immaculate save. Merviak sends it towards the net, denied out in front by the Cougars. Off the glass, but not out. Merviak with another nice play. Trying to send a pass down low, stays at the far point, and now finds its way to Pollard. Looking for a centering pass, denied once more. Pollard, he scores! Off the pads of Martins from behind and into the back of the net, and it's a 1-goal game.
I said it maybe 2-3 minutes ago. Do not count this Lions side out. He had Purpaw on the back post, and he saw that Martins was jumping it a little bit and banks it right off of him. Geometric angle was perfect, and it's a 1-goal game with just under 2 minutes left in regulation.
Talking about Pollard hitting 30, 1 goal away from it.
1 goal away, yes.
Purpaw onto the face-off. Every face-off becomes important at this point. Puck played forward for the Lions. Pollard chasing after it. Taken by Munquist. He's going to be important in these dying minutes. Trying to send it to overtime are the Lions. Trying to hang on to what once was a 3-0 lead are the Cougars. Munquist with it again. Will retreat into his own zone. Back behind Martins. Now skating up, looking for some options. Still just killing more time. Great play from Munquist. Now sends it off the boards. Gets it ahead to his teammates to clear. Trying to find Stauffer. Haven't seen much of him recently. Shields. Pass forward. Merkovac gets it in deep, gets it back, sends it towards the net. Around. McGee can play it out if he has the time. Doesn't, just barely slapped in deep again by Albertelli. Taken out of the zone. Pollard skating around.
Final minute now.
Stauffer trying to get at him from behind. Pollard looking for a penalty. There is no arm raised. Pollard had a chance towards the slot. Kept in, just buried. Pollard with it again. Sharp angle, doesn't go. Merviak.
Sapov still in the crease right now.
Shoots, they score! Pollard gets the feed. And they complete the comeback. 6-6 the score. 33.1 seconds left.
They didn't need the extra skater at all, Kevin. Pollard, great vision. Shields dips beneath the goal line, sneaks to the back post, and hammers it into the empty net.
When you said it, I looked back to see if Sapov was really still there. He was cheating a little bit forward, and in that moment, Pollard, the offensive mastermind, finds another great pass, his first assist of the night, 6th of the season.
And now Middle Country call their timeout after giving up 3 goals in the last 2 minutes.
I gotta say, overtime is fitting for this game.
It was last time. And fittingly enough, it was 6-6 at the end of regulation between these two teams the first time they met.
History repeats. Paul is celebrating to our left. He got the biggest smile in the world right now.
This has been an absolute treat of a game.
And again, it couldn't come in a better matchup as well, because you look at what it means.
So much at stake.
So much at stake.
So much at stake.
Now, we say overtime, but there's still 33 seconds until then. Seen so many goals in the last couple of minutes. Anything feels possible at this point. I think the Lions are still hungry for it. Salomon onto the faceoff, one away by Stauffer. Here he comes across the blue line. Stauffer trying to drag around Merviak. Gets in front of the net, almost tucked home by McGee. 24 seconds left. Puck on the near side board. Stauffer with it again, trying to put it back out in front. Tracked the entire way by Sapov. Once again, rebound. Oh, it's off the post. Puck still in the offensive end. Sapov tracking in front of the crease one more time and finally taken away by Shields. Here comes Shields up the right side in the dying seconds. 5 left. Gets it at the blue line, just sends.
From winning this game in regulation. We'll put 4 minutes. You can only change on the fly. You cannot change at a whistle. We go 4 on 4 for 4 minutes. If we don't find a winner, game ends in a tie.
That's fair enough. Shields on the faceoff, gets it back to Paul. Blue line trying to end this himself, cutting through a couple of defenders, gets the puck to the far boards. Stauffer still looking for the takeaway. Pollard gives it to Shields. Shields, the Cougars, it's their turn for offense. Pass in the neutral zone, intercepted by Shields and played forward to Pollard. Here he comes, one-on-one, into the left circle. A shot saved by Martins. Puck on the near boards, played out, and now another opportunity. Stauffer into a one-on-one of his own. Stauffer trying to make his man fall. Saved by Sapov. Rebound still loose. Saved by Sapov.
Just got it with the stick there.
Munkwitz trying to get these Lions in a change. Munkwitz past the blue line, onto his backhand. Sapov hugging that near post. Puck out in front, no shot.
Pollard and Merviak got to be gassed. They played the last 3 minutes of regulation and started OT.
Stauffer with puck on his stick, a shot saved by Sapov. 2:41 left to play in overtime.
And now here's where it gets interesting. A lot of tired players on the ice, and they can't change. You see Pollard leaning over, Stauffer leaning over, Merviak's leaning over, Munkwitz is leaning over. They're exhausted right now.
Cougars get the important face-off. Shot goes a little bit too high. Stauffer trying to get it a little bit lower than that. Munquist with it. Backdoor. Not going to go.
Great play by Salomon getting the stick of Graziano.
Stauffer had time to get over to that puck, but he falls down. Here comes the Lions. Potentially 2-on-1. Pollard with the game on his stick. Skating in. Looking for the shot. Goes wide to the right. Munquist was there on the back check as well to apply the pressure. Munquist takes it away. Potentially a giveaway. Pollard overskates it by just a hair. Puck still loose on the blue line. Cougars look like they'll come away with it. It's McGee. McGee across. Stauffer on his backhand, trying to cut across. Lifts one high into the glass. Puck kept in. Munquist somehow still out there, a true Iron Man in this game. Checked by Pollard, but he maintains possession. Little tap pass over to McGee. McGee in. Shot that's going to be deflected and right into the glove of Saphoff. Game could have ended 3 different ways already, Travis, and yet it's still going with 1:48 in overtime.
This has just been incredible. What a show these two teams are putting on right now.
McGee, chance to cut in front of the net, again denied. Here comes Pollard. In a 1-on-3, his teammates go for a little bit of a change. A shot right into the glove of Martins.
And again, Pollard can't get off. He's been out the entirety of overtime, and again, he played the final 3 minutes of regulation as well.
I can see him huffing from up here. The white smoke is coming out.
From the 2:38 mark in the third, West Islip scored 3 goals to come back from down 6-3.
Munquist sends a tape-to-tape pass forward for Stauffer. Below the red line, Stauffer still with it, looking for a centering pass. Has Munquist. Munquist loading up for a shot. Instead, it's a backhand over to the left. Cougars still with it. Iannacone sends it across. Merviak looks to send it out. Not going to be a penalty as it was deflected out of play, not intentionally. 1:11 left in this overtime, and players are still gassed on the ice. It's Castellino bent over his stick right now, and Pollard is still out there. Shields the face-off, gets it to Pollard. He pushes it forward. Pollard trying to drag around Munquist, gets denied. Shields takes it back. Almost offsides, but it's taken away by the Cougars anyways. Iannacone back to Munquist. Munquist to Stauffer. Stauffer across the blue line, trying to drag it around Alberti. Stauffer still with it. Sharp angle. Scored one earlier just like it. Stauffer gets it on net. Shot. Net came loose for a second and a post was hit. There goes the whistle for the referees. But still actually going. I thought his whistle might have been the rink behind us. Net is still loose. 32 seconds in overtime. Game's just going to continue to play. Here comes Munquist. Puck, shot, saved.
That one went off the outside of the post there.
Stauffer trying to get his team the win. 20 seconds over the blue line, cutting across towards his left. Stauffer looking for the angle, puts it out in front. 3 Lions are there to meet the challenge. Pollard trying to whack it forward, not able to do the acrobatics necessary, but here comes Shields. Shields and Pollard, a dynamic duo, all 6 goals. Pollard a shot just off to the right, and that's how the game will end. 6-6 the final score, deadlocked the entire way.
And you can see how exhausted these guys are. Pollard immediately goes to center ice and just drops to his knees. He left everything out there. Everybody did. Every skater, both netminders, left everything they had on the table in this game. Obviously, we all always want to see a winner, but I almost couldn't think of a better ending to how this game went than a 6-6 tie. Again, we always want to see a winner, but these two teams fought to the very end. You got to give the Lions a ton of credit. Battling back, they faced adversity really through the first half of the game before they turned it on and were able to beat Andrew Martins, who played phenomenal tonight. I thought this was the best game the Cougars played all season long. It's a shame they don't walk away with 2 points. Both teams will get 1, but a really phenomenal game. Set the bar high for our final one of the night, Kev.
Absolutely. A bunch of heart shown by the Lions, and that's how that game ends in a tie. And our final game of the night will be Connect-Croix-Sayville up against the St. Anthony's varsity team. Of course, a varsity matchup to end it out. And big storyline there, St. Anthony's still undefeated, still trying to stay undefeated for the entire season. Obviously, they're not really in a playoff battle. They're in playoffs. They're looking to win playoffs. That's where they're at right now. But where we are at right now is closing out this broadcast. Thank you so much for watching what is a classic game for this season. I would say a classic game for this season. My name's Kevin Broderick, joined by Paul Trentini and Travis Quigley. Take it easy and make sure to stick around for that next game.